Is 9 a.m. Good morning to you. And this is Daybreak Plus, where Patrick and I and Pete, when he's here, will chat for 15 minutes about news, about sports, about weather, and also about things that you want to talk about. It'll eventually be interactive too. But we do have to talk about the weather because right now it feels like October-ish with 40s, and now we're going to get back into December.
Right. December can have days like this. It's not unusual to be like. In fact, we had more days like this last December compared to this because it was so warm.
Yeah.
We had 10 days last December in the 50s and 60s.
Up in the North Towns, we didn't shovel at all.
No, it didn't snow last December. Now this December, we're getting ready for the South Towns to have its third lake effect snow event already this month, and it's coming tomorrow night into Thursday. Heavy lake effect snow, which we'll show you here. There it is. That's kind of a future look at it into Thursday. And this will focus from Springville to the Boston Hills to Hamburg to East Aurora. Heavy snow on Thursday. And yes, my son and all of his friends have been texting me, what question?
Will we get a snow day?
Exactly. And, you know, it's not our job to make that call. A lot of decisions go into it. But, you know, heavy snow is expected during the school day. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's being chatted about amongst district leaders.
And as far as how north is going to go, we'll talk about that in a bit, but it's still too early to tell whether the city's going to get it. Maybe the South Towns, just like the last one, or South Buffalo.
Right, that's kind of how
the South Buffalo area
seems to be focusing right now.
Yeah, and here we're talking about snow, again, measuring in feet, 1 to 2 feet for the duration of this storm. And it seems like we're getting that even more and more often, that we're starting to measure, you know, big lake effects events. You're questioning me, your face is like, man, maybe not.
Recently we've had a couple of big ones, but heavy lake effect snow is nothing new here. And getting 1 to 2 to 3 feet is common.
Right.
We just have had these monstrous ones, of course, last year in January. The year before we had Snowvember and then the blizzard. So yes, there's been a lot of them, but 2 to 3 feet of snow in the snow belts, kind of thanks to Lake Erie.
With the North Towns still getting nothing.
Right.
But let's talk about the blizzard a little bit. Blizzard of 2022, that was 2 years ago, the Christmas blizzard. Now, the U.S. House unanimously passed the WARN Act. And it was created because of the blizzard, where there were 47 deaths in Western New York. And the point of the WARN Act is to modernize emergency alert systems nationwide, to use things like mobile alerts and satellite communications to get vital information in your hands more quickly. It was actually Congressman Nick Langworthy who proposed this to the U.S. House of Representatives. Now it still needs to be approved by the Senate, but it's essentially to do a study to see if mobile alerts and satellite communications can help warn people nationwide about natural disasters and weather systems and you know, critical information that they need to know. For the blizzard, you had been warning people in advance, and our leaders had also been trying to warn people to stay off the roads. But still, unfortunately, there were dozens of deaths, and so there's got to be something more that can be done. And we're talking natural disasters across the country, all spawned from the blizzard.
Well, it happened last week when the thruway was closed. Or it closed because a lot of people went onto the thruway when we were like, don't go onto the thruway, there's going to be heavy snow. An alert could have been, you know, not everybody downloads our WGRZ app or any kind of, you know, program that gives you weather alerts. So this is a way to make sure everybody has an ability to get an alert to whatever kind of hazard it is, whether it's, you know, heavy snow, don't travel, warnings. And I think it's for the whole country. It's going to be, but the impetus was our blizzard 2 years ago.
And this would be a federal law and national alerts. And it's interesting, I had a friend who came into town from out of town last week, and she said, you guys have so much snow, but your roads are great. I live in Louisville, Kentucky, and we get a trace of snow and the whole city shuts down. And so really there's a great way that we all can handle it here. Like and those alerts do help here locally too.
Our airport, think about this, was open 5 days after, no, not even that maybe, after getting one of the largest blizzards in U.S. history. And our airport was open a few days later. It's crazy how well prepared the crews are here.
But now, this might cause some problems on the roads
stir
or
up
the airport.
a ruckus. This is our lake.
You talk about it.
This is our lake effect snow setting up. This is just a quick preview for Thursday, especially Thursday night into early Friday. And once again, it appears that the heaviest snow bands will set up very close to Buffalo or just south, and the snow could be, again, heavy. This will be a colder system versus last week, but it won't last as long. That's the difference. So, cloudy with some drizzle this afternoon and some light rain developing this afternoon. Rain and snow showers tomorrow. No travel issues tomorrow, but it's Thursday primarily, the heavy lake effect snow. So, here we go. Again, very quiet radar, but some rain is going to begin to develop across parts of Ohio, and that will spread into western New York this afternoon, okay, with some light rain tonight as well. And then tomorrow, we'll see some rain showers primarily. The hills will begin to transition to snow, and then we will see snow showers develop area-wide, it looks like, tomorrow evening. And then the heaviest snow bands will set up tomorrow night. All right, here we go. There's the light rain we're expecting today into tonight. But as we transition into tomorrow, we're going to start off with rain showers, but then some very cold air from Canada, thank you, Canada, comes down and sets up the stage for heavy lake effect snow, it appears, on Thursday, starting Wednesday night and taking us into Thursday with that heavy snow. Right now, snow totals look pretty impressive, with the heaviest being, again, just south of Buffalo, Hamburg, Eden, East Aurora, Springville, Boston Hills, Derby, set up for heavy snow, 1 to maybe even 2 feet when all is said and done. Friday, a few snow showers. And by the way, this will not really hit the falls. Maybe to Buffalo. That's the really sharp cutoff. And then a chance of some rain showers by Sunday of next week. A weather impact alert has been issued for Thursday for the south towns primarily, the southern tier as well, where heavy snow is a possibility, well, is likely in the south towns especially, and then we'll go warmer for the weekend with a chance of even some rain showers by Sunday.
Okay, lots of ups and downs there. All right, let's get into national news headlines right now, and this story has really gripped the nation. The person who police say is linked to the shooting of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson is now in jail. 26-year-old Luigi Mangione was arrested in Altoona, Pennsylvania last night. Investigators say that he was at a McDonald's when actually a customer noticed him, and the customer told an employee they thought it was this guy. They thought he looked suspicious, so they need to call police. Well, NBC News is now reporting that Mangione trembled over his words when they were questioning him, and specifically questioning him about whether he had been in New York City. Then they found a firearm on him that had been 3D printed, and they found a handwritten note that some are calling a manifesto. One of the lines in that 3-page note said that these parasites had it coming. And this story, yeah, everyone is talking about it. People all over social media are commenting. We're learning more about his past now.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to really fit the profile, you know, given that he...
Well, what is the profile?
What is the profile? Right? But, you know, you look at his background, he seems to have come from a...
Yeah, well, take a look at the LinkedIn. His LinkedIn says that he worked as a data engineer for the car buying website TrueCar. He graduated from Penn, which is an Ivy League school. And
he was a valedictorian in his private high school.
Yeah, in Baltimore. He went to an all-boys private school. He was the valedictorian. Last known address was in Honolulu, Hawaii. He lived there. Apparently, he had back problems, and he went surfing there and surfing with his friends. He was in bed for a week. He had to have back surgery. This got him really frustrated, apparently, with the healthcare industry. NBC News managed to track down former classmates, and here's what they had to say about him.
There was nothing came off weird about him. He had great friends. He had a lot of female friends as well. He was a relatively unassuming kid. He was down to earth. He was smart, well-adjusted socially. He was at least a 2-sport athlete from what I can remember, and he really had everything going for him.
And according to NBC News, one of his cousins is Maryland State Legislator Nino Mangione. The family owns nursing homes. The family owns a country club in Baltimore.
They own a country club?
They do.
Oh my goodness.
It seems like it might be a true crime documentary on Netflix one day. But the family, well, why? I mean,
no, I didn't say why. No, I agree. It sounds like a...
It's awful that this is happening. Obviously, he's not been convicted. He's only charged with murder in New York State. He's charged with crimes in Pennsylvania. We'll be following it very closely. The family has come out with a statement saying they're devastated. but they really don't have anything more to say at this point.
Yeah, I mean, again, there's no real profile for this. This guy clearly had some kind of fanatic ideology. He took it out in the most unsavory ways. But yeah, we're going to learn a lot more. And you're right, just given the story, this does sound like a future, given that Netflix does these documentaries now on the Menendez brothers and other things.
This would fit that profile.
Exactly.
All right, let's switch gears now to Sydney Sterlace. She is our local darling, and she sang her heart out during the finals on The Voice last night. She had to sing 2 songs. The first one was I Love You, I'm Sorry by Gracie Abrams. So let's take a listen.
2 August ago, I told the truth, oh, but you didn't like it, you went home. You're in your Benz, I'm by the gate. Now you go alone, charm all the people you train for, you mean well, but aim low. And I'll make it known, like I'm getting paid. That's just the way life goes. I like to slam doors closed. Trust me, I know it's always about me.
That was Gracie Abrams' song. I Love You, I'm Sorry, which Patrick said so funnily.
Is my mantra.
Yes, that's your mantra. I love
Actually,
when you said that
it's
on
above
Daybreak
the
this
bedroom
morning.
mantle. I'm sorry. How most nights end.
Okay. Okay, that's enough about the bedroom with you, Patrick.
No, I didn't mean that. You know what made me think that? Okay, is a part of this performance.
The
Explain
next
it
one.
to me.
No. It's the next one.
Okay.
Chasing Cars by Snow Patrol. Let's take a listen to that one.
If I lay, if I just lay, would you lie with me? Just forget the world, forget what we're told, before we get too old. Show me your garden now, bursting into life.
I love hearing her belt out those notes, but it doesn't really matter what I think. Let's hear what the judges had to say.
That was great. You still are really 25, right? You know, you've got a huge responsibility moving forward, no matter what happens tonight or tomorrow night. Little eyes will be watching you, girl. So remember that, your little sisters, everybody will be looking up to you for guidance. So just keep that in mind as you move forward, because you've got a powerful voice.
That was powerful, Reba. I mean, listen, this has been my dream to work with you. I'm so happy that you chose me to be your coach. And I'm like emotional because, I don't know, just watching you up there and taking a song like that really just, it's very specific to do a song like that. And you just kept building it. And your voice is so beautiful and angelic. And I don't know how you're doing it, but I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, she was 15 when she started the show, and she celebrated her 16th birthday on October 28th. Has to go back to West Seneca when all of this is over and go back to just being a normal teenager. But the finals are tonight at 9 o'clock right here on Channel 2. It's a 2-hour special, and Sydney will be singing with her coach, Gwen Stefani.
By the way, Gwen Stefani looks and sounds amazing still. She's in her mid-50s.
No, she is aging so
She looks
amazing. Aging backwards.
Benjamin Buttons.
I know. I love No Doubt. When
I was such a big No Doubt fan.
I loved it, and she looks better now than she did when she was the lead singer of No Doubt. I don't know.
Okay, explain the backdrop. Why to me it looked like Little Orphan Annie.
Yes, with the bed. If I Lay Here are the song lyrics. And so then there were other girls that came out, and I think that they were kind of doing a slumber party more thing rather than sexualizing her.
It wasn't a Hard Knock House.
Right.
It wasn't that.
No, Hard Knock Life.
Right, whatever,
Yeah, but she also has been, they've dressed her in baby doll dresses. They've really kind of played up the whole 16-year-old thing.
Okay.
So good luck to Sydney. We can't wait to watch everything tonight. And we hope she comes out as the winner and bringing home, a victory to Western New York.
That would be awesome.
Thanks for watching Daybreak Plus. We'll see you back here tomorrow.